Murdoch is a very big engine. He pulls the most heaviest goods trains on the island of Sodor. Murdoch also loves having some peace and quiet, so whenever he gets some time to himself, he would go out and find somewhere where it's not noisy. But sometimes it is too noisy, and it makes him grumpy. One day, Murdoch was having his normal quiet time, but Ryan came up struggling with a train of troublesome trucks. "Hold back! Hold back!" Ryan's wheels slipped fiercely and Murdoch got cross.
"Can't you be quiet while pulling your train, Ryan?"
"Sorry, Murdoch. The trucks are being very troublesome today."
"Well, try harder to keep them in order without being so noisy."
And Murdoch chuffed away. He soon hid himself behind some buildings. He went to doze off, but then there was a loud whistle and Caitlin raced by. Toby then rolled up.
"Hello, Murdoch." "Not now, Toby, silly old tramp."
He fumed away, leaving Toby feel offended.
"Oh my, Murdoch does get cranky at times, but he doesn't say very rude things to other engines."
For the rest of the day, wherever Murdoch went for peace and quiet, an engine or two would pass by, and it made him more crosser. Murdoch finally found some peace in a shed, and he was fast asleep. Next to him was a train of trucks that Molly was going to pick up. But what they didn't know, that early in the morning, a leaky truck had spilled oil on the tracks, and as Molly was backing down, she slipped and bumped into her trucks. Murdoch snapped awake and rolled up to speak to Molly.
"Heaven's sake, Molly, can't you learn to be quiet?"
"Sorry, Murdoch, I didn't mean..."
"Oh, whatever. Now go away, you big shy wimp of an engine."
Molly was so hurt that she began to cry, and she raced away. To make things worse, BoCo had seen everything. He rolled up and bumped into Murdoch, forcing him into the shed.
"You're a really big bully, you know that?"
"What are you on about?"
"You know just as well as I do that Molly is a very shy engine, and her feelings get easily hurt, and that is just what you have done. I know you love peace and quiet, but being rude is the wrong thing."
BoCo rattled off, leaving Murdoch on his own. The next day, Murdoch was getting ready to take a train to Croven's Gate. Duck arrived to give it to him. "Here you go, Murdoch. Your train is here and ready to go."
"Thank you, Duck."
Murdoch backed down onto the train and he started his journey. As he travelled along the tracks, the trucks were bored. One of them spoke up. "Hey, let's push Murdoch down Gordon's Hill!" The others all agreed to the plan. As soon as Murdoch reached the top of Gordon's Hill, they began to put their plan into action.
1, 2, 3, on, faster, faster, faster!
They pushed Murdoch down the hill.
"Oh no, help!"
Up ahead was a very sharp bend. As soon as Murdoch reached it, he and the trucks flew off the tracks. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Murdoch lay dazed in surprise. Just then, Molly chuffed by.
"Molly, can you please help me?"
"Sorry, Murdoch, I'm too busy." Next was Toby that came up.
"Oh dear, Murdoch, what a mess. But I suppose I should leave you to have some peace." "No, Toby, please help."
But Toby was already out of sight. Next to come by was Ryan, and he too didn't help Murdoch. Murdoch couldn't understand why no one was helping him. But then the realization came to him.
Of course, I was so rude and nasty. They don't want to help me. Oh, what have I done?
Just then, BoCo rolled up and saw Murdoch.
"Oh dear, Murdoch, are you okay?"
I think so, but can you get help, please? All Ryan and Toby and Molly didn't help because of how I acted yesterday. You were right. I am a big bully.
Well, I'm glad you learned your lesson, so I'll go and get help. And after any repairs, you can say sorry to your friends.
With a toot of his horn, BoCo oiled away to get help. Before Murdoch knew it, BoCo came back with Thomas, Emily, and Rocky. Emily came to take his train, while Rocky and Thomas helped put Murdoch back onto the rails.
Thank you, Thomas and Rocky.
You're welcome, Murdoch.
Happy to help, Murdoch.
Just then, the Fat Controller arrived on board Daisy and walked up to Murdoch and spoke to him. Murdoch, you are not to blame for the accident, but I have been needing to speak to you about your nasty attitude yesterday. BoCo told me about how rude you were to Molly, and I heard about you being horrid to Toby and Ryan. I know you love your peace and quiet, but it's not right to be rude and snappy to your friends when you really want it.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
And with that, everyone left to wherever they needed to go. After being repaired a few days later, BoCo gathered Molly, Ryan and Toby so that Murdoch could speak to them.
I'm sorry that I made you cry, Molly. And I'm sorry for being rude to the two of you, Toby and Ryan. I should have known better. Can you forgive a foolish big engine like me? Of course we can, Murdoch.
Yes, Murdoch, I forgive you. I'm glad we're friends again.
If there's one thing I have learned these past few days, is that you have to think before you act. Otherwise, the worst will come to you.
All's well that ends well.
And all the engines agreed with BoCo, especially Murdoch.